My name is Samuel Sotelo, and this is my presentation on how to reduce juvenile delinquency. Intro. This project is meant to highlight juvenile delinquency and how big of a problem it is in our society, while also giving my insight on how social control theory and juvenile delinquency are related. Finally, this project will give systemic examples of how we can deal with this problem. Juvenile delinquency is harmful because it disrupts healthy development for young people and can negatively shape the rest of their lives. When youth engage in delinquent behavior, they often fall behind in school, limit their future job opportunities, and increase their likelihood of continued offending as adults. Their actions can also cause emotional, physical, and financial harm to victims and continue to contribute to community problems such as fear, instability, and reduced trust among neighbors. Families of delinquent youth often experience stress and financial strain, while society bears long-term costs through increased spending on courts, detention, and social services. Overall, juvenile delinquency creates risks not only for the young people involved, but also for the well-being and safety of the larger community. Social control theory. Social control theory was developed by Travis Hirschi in 1969. He argued that individuals refrain from delinquency when they have strong social bonds connecting them to conventional society. These bonds, attachment, commitment, involvement, and belief create internal and external restraints that discourage deviant behavior. Statistics. In 2022, personal offenses, violent or personal type crimes, made up about 43% of delinquent cases. Property offenses were 27%, drug offenses 9%, and public order offenses 21%. In 2022, there were about 549,500 delinquency cases handled by juvenile courts. About 85% of those cases were referred by law enforcement. Of the 549,500 cases in 2022, 57% involved were youth younger than 16 years of age. Research-supported programs. So, for my plan on reducing juvenile delinquency, it starts off with these research-supported programs. Functional family therapy, which is short-term counseling that improves communication, reduces conflict, and enhances parental supervision, as well as multi-systemic therapy. Intensive home-based treatment addressing the multiple systems influencing a youth's behavior. And finally, parent management training, education for parents on consistent discipline, monitoring, and positive reinforcement. These programs can help reduce juvenile delinquency by, one, reaching the problem with the youth themselves of why they feel the need to choose delinquent acts, while also helping the parents better understand the children's perspective and help understand how they are also play a massive role in helping end this cycle of juvenile delinquency we see facing America today. Accessibility. These programs are useless if they are not widely accessible amongst the community, right? We note that majority of juvenile delinquents, they come from places of broken homes where they come from financial burden, and they're just not able to really get the help that they need, and that sort of rises out in things like the crimes they commit. They act out as a result of them being neglected, and these aforementioned programs, if they're not easily accessible for these families and for these juveniles, then there really is no point of them even existing. The programs I mentioned above do nothing if the families they are meant to target cannot access them. To help better equip the at-risk families, the city should create community-based family support centers offering a variety of programs such as parenting workshops, family counseling, conflict resolution services, case management and referrals assistance, navigating mental health, as well as other financial services. These centers would serve as an early intervention hub, and they would greatly help families stabilize before problems can even escalate into these great sort of crimes and delinquent behavior we see. Basically, nipping the problem in the butt before it even starts is key. And if the programs aren't accessible to these people, then there really is no point in them having them. And then finally, schooling. Right? Where do kids spend most of their time? Or at the house or at school? Schools also play a major role in shaping youth behavior and can help reinforce strong familial bonds. Some policy initiatives for schools should include family-teacher partnership meetings for communication and behavioral planning. Schools should provide after-school programs that encourage parental participation. Workshops that help parents support academic success and monitor after-school activities. Increasing parental involvement strengthens the commitment and involvement elements of social control theory, making delinquency less likely. In conclusion, preventing juvenile delinquency requires strengthening the bonds that connect young people to their families, schools, and communities. Social control theory reminds us that when youth feel supported, valued, and accountable to the people and institutions around them, they are far less likely to engage in harmful or risky behaviors. By investing in positive relationships, meaningful school involvement, mentorship, and consistent community support, we can create environments where young people feel a sense of belonging and responsibility. Stopping juvenile delinquency is not only about addressing negative behaviors, it is about building strong social ties that guide youth towards healthy, productive paths. Through collective effort and commitment, we can ensure that every youth person has the connections they need to thrive. And these are my resources. Thank you.